Hey guys, my name is Danny Vue, Ice Team Pro. Here I'm going to be explaining the difference between what I'm using here from a noodle rod and a spring bobber. So I'm going to talk about the noodle rod here. Awesome way I like to use the noodle rod is when the fish is a little bit, finicky, but not too finicky, but they actually take the action of the fish is really active, and maybe, they're slight and they're not too aggressive, but a little bit aggressive. Overall, the noodle rod is very flimsy enough to get any action when you're chasing all type of panfish. Overall, the noodle rod is one of my favorite to use first, and after that, you could change up to the lures from a 1/32 to a little bit heavier jig. And if they get really finicky to a point that they're not moving the noodle rod, your best option is going to be the next will be the spring bobber, which I love very much because you're able to use smaller lures from the smallest tungsten, to control that soft bite, super finicky bite, where you can take a little bit more action when it comes to a bite. The spring bobber will definitely indicate the action and how you perform. Both of these rods I will perform in 3-pound line on both of them, or 2-pound line. Usually I'll do the spring bobber 2-pound line, but overall pan fishing days will come down to aggressive bite and super finicky bite. These two top rods I love to use for pan fishing, and overall you never know, but then again you'll feel those awesome reaction bites.
Hey guys, this is Maoli with Ice Team, coming to show you a little bit about rod actions and selections of when I use what type of rod. What I have here is a straight drop ultralight, and this one is just the next step up from the noodle. What it's able to do is, for the heavier, bigger tungstens, you're able to get better jig control out of it. So as you see, as you're fishing deeper water, you have all that drag on the line, you're able to see it kind of react and bounce back, and that's when you can sense your strikes a lot better. The key to not overpowering your rod with too big of a lure, that is one consideration you need to have when you're selecting a rod. So this ultralight is perfect for these 5mm, 4mm tungstens, and you can still see it has a lot of flex, and you can see good bite detection. Even when the jig is down about 30 feet or so, where you have a lot of line out, a lot of drag on the line, you'll still be able to get that action out of the lure. If I'm going for something that's a little heavier, I would get a light action rod, and here it's perfectly paired off with this Tikka minnow. The light action rod is a little bit stiffer, but it gives you that control. The key is to have the proper control of the weight of the lure while it's in the water. So you don't want it where it's not able to sense the rod pull. If you can see that, it's not overpowering the rod, and the rod is able to rebound. You can sense those up bites, and then it has enough power in the backbone of the rod and the tip so that you can jerk hard and get this Tikka minnow to dart left and right. So if you're looking for a couple rods that are not super heavy duty but will give you the finesse you need still for finicky fish, the ultralight and the light action is a good midway point to start.
What's going on? My name is Choe with Ice Team. I just want to walk you through a 32-inch medium light and what kind of applications I like to use it with. I like to pair it with a 1/8 ounce spoon, a smaller spoon. And the reason why is I like the rod action for the spoon. It gives, and for hook sets. The longer rods allow you to get a nice quick hook set because of physics, right? You got a longer leverage point and you can drive the hook right into the fish. And the backbone in this rod allows for head shakes, fighting bigger pike, potentially eel pout, and walleyes. So 32-inch medium light. I love using spoons with it, and in addition to spoons, I love pairing it up with a Tikka minnow, right? Very popular bait that people are using. Same style. It gives control of the lure, and you can feel the bites all the way through into the rod blank. Next up, this is kind of what I would call my dead stick rod. It's a 28-inch medium light with a little float bobber, and I got a little egg sinker on top with a little swivel going down to the world famous red treble hook. You can see all the wear and tear in that, and I love using this for Lake of the Woods. It's able to handle pretty much every type of fish that takes the line. A 28-inch medium light is also great for wheelhouses, smaller shelters where you might hit the ceiling, so it gives you a little bit better control and you're not always having to fight your real estate. And the other thing about the shorter rod, you're able to reach down, grab the fish without having to torque your elbow back. A little bit easier and more comfortable when you're pulling that fish out of the lake. And lastly, the big dive. This is a 38-inch medium, and I like this for essentially a tip-up style, dead stick, hanging your big baits on a wired treble, set up with another egg sinker on top. Very versatile, and has plenty of power for big fish. So I like to go a lot longer when the target species is going to be bigger. Medium action is one of my favorite for big fish. So hopefully some of those quick tips on why I select the specific styles or rods is helpful, and go check them out in the store.